Hey, good evening, good morning, audience. This is going to be about Daniel Perry, the guy that was on the subway platform that put the homeless man in a chokehold for 6.5 minutes and ended up killing him. And what do we have to? We have two observations we can make of this. One is the untrained eye, and the other one is trained. And I'm going from an observation of a trained eye. I trained UFC fighters. I took jiu-jitsu somewhat myself. I taught striking. I was a striking coach. But I understand what it is to be put in a chokehold and to be choked out. And listen, when you have somebody for 6.5 minutes, and you know if you got that choke sunk in under their chin or not. And apparently this guy was, threatening people on the train. And this is what happens when people know a little bit of I don't know, how formally trained this guy Penny was, but I know that he ended up killing somebody from putting them in a chokehold. And anybody that puts somebody in a chokehold for 6.5 minutes, what do you expect is going to happen? Because do you ever see a UFC ref, once a guy starts, he gets that choke sunk in under the guy's chin, the ref is right there intently, waiting for the stoppage to see if this guy passes out, because immediately you need to separate them, because a couple seconds longer and you could kill a guy, or you could, stop the blood flow to his head so much where you could give him, a lifelong head injury, possibly paraplegic or quadriplegic from cutting off his air going to his brain. And listen, that guy in the subway, I would be totally confident. Yeah, it's a pretty scary thing. But dude, you had the guy's back, right? You could have went in and out of a chokehold with the guy, or you could have switched positions, but and got him in a different position where it wasn't a lethal position, but where, it would be like, give you an example, an armbar is not a lethal position, but if you don't comply, you're going to tap a crack. That's what the old phrase is, tap a crack. And, obviously the guy's, was, begging for his life. I side more with, not because the guy, I don't think, was not threatening people on the train or threatening women on the train. I think the guy sprung into action. Possibly will give him the benefit of the doubt that he was doing it as a valiant effort, and it wasn't really just trying to, display some of his skills on a homeless guy. But what ended up happening is he's facing life in prison. And I'll be honest with you, if I was on that jury, I would convict him, because I know what it's like. I would say, ask him, what do you think would happen by keeping the guy choked out for 6.5 minutes? You're going to kill him. That's the only outcome that could come of that. All right. If you don't have the chokehold sunk in, or the guy's got his hand in there, or his chin tucked down, that's one thing. But when you got that chokehold sunk in, if I was on the jury, I would convict, because anybody that does jiu-jitsu knows that that is a deadly move. You go from, passing a guy out to killing him rather quickly. And that's why a ref jumps in really fast to break that up, and make sure the guy's still breathing and hasn't passed out and is unable to tap. So, just knowing all that, the Daniel Penny story is not good, man. And be honest with you, I know they're going to have some people on the DA side of the argument, that knows chokeholds and knows, applying a chokehold underneath the chin, what it does to somebody, and especially it ended up killing them. So at least, dude, I know you tried helping people on the train. Did they really need your help to begin with? That's one question. I'm not going to get into that because I wasn't on the train and I don't know enough about the facts. But what facts I do know is I know about chokeholds. And I know I was a fighter. I was a semi-pro fighter. I trained professional fighters. I was a great trainer, I was the best of the best of the best. And I'm not saying that arrogantly, that I'm saying that with total confidence. I was great at my task. It was like it was given to me from God. Then I got hit by a car, and I ended up losing my leg above the knee. I'm not a candidate for a prosthetic leg, and I've been pinned in a wheelchair, and I've, my career's been taken from me. But God did that. That's another story. I believe He took my leg because I wasn't, paying Him attention and serving Him the way I knew to. And He had enough of me living my life. He could have, killed me in that car accident and sent me to hell. But with knowing all that, I would convict this guy because you'd have to come up with some real serious rationale on why you kept this chokehold applied for 6.5 minutes under this guy's chin, where you ended up killing him. So obviously it ended up in death. So you were negligent at some point, and you should be convicted of some type of negligence through this. That's my opinion on it, and I would consider that an expert opinion. And have a great day, everybody, and God bless and take care. Thank you.